Good morning, people. Still locked out on my other account. Don't know if I'm going to ever get back into it. So here we go. Here's just something from the Bible which I found, and I'm just going to speak about some other things in relation towards this. That's all entwined with gangstalking and all that. Okay, here we go. This is Matthew 6, chapter 6, verse 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mamon. Now, let's go into a bit of an explanation about mamon. The meaning of mamon. Actually, mamon took on a deity, an image of a deity back in the day, but the actual meaning is like money or material wealth, and it's associated with the greedy pursuit of gain and worldly pleasures. Okay, so now within this gangstalking program, what they do is they literally attack your 7 points of energy within your body, and people know them as the chakras. You know, you've got the crown, you've got the third eye, you've got the throat, you've got the heart, you've got the solar plexus, and you've got the root, the sacral and the root chakra. Now I've done a little diagram just to, people do know about this, but I'll just show you the 7 points of the chakras and the kundalini energy rising up. There's the sacred heart of Christ and the auric field and the halo. If you see, the auric field resembles wings. So once you climb up to this the crown, the Godhead, you reach enlightenment, you reach divinity, and this is what Jesus Christ was talking about. Now, the 7 chakras are represented by Sanskrit symbols. As you can see, they got their color coding, their symbols. Now, Jesus Christ spoke 7 words on the cross. There was 7 last words. And the first one was forgiveness. Father, forgive them, they not know what they do. This is Luke chapter 23, verse 34. The second word was salvation. Truly I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise. That's Luke chapter 23, verse 43. The third was relationship. Woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother. And now that was in Matthew chapter 27, verse 46, and Mark chapter 15, verse 34. Now, the fourth saying that Jesus said on the cross was the most influential, and to me would be the most important one. Now, he spoke in a language, in a dialect of Tamil, which we're not taught. And this is what he said: Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, which literally translates into, my God, why have you forsaken me? And if you want to check this out, it is in the Bible. It's Matthew chapter 27, verse 46, or in Mark chapter 15, verse 34. Why was Jesus speaking Tamil? Jesus was speaking Tamil because in the Bible there's a 22 or 23 years missing from his life. And Jesus went to India and he was taught yogi, yoga. Kundalini yoga, to be precise. So Christ spoke 3 languages. He spoke Greek to the Romans, Aramaic to the Jewish people, and Tamil to himself and God. You see, Jesus Christ said, "You see me, you see the Father." Because Jesus Christ was born on a higher vibrational level. He was born pure. He was born with the divine, the Holy Spirit complete in him. You see, with us, the Holy Spirit lingers around over us until we activate all these energy points and the Kundalini rises up and we reach the Christ consciousness. You see, this is why Christ knew he had to go on the cross. Metaphorically, he had to disconnect his consciousness from his physical body and then return back to it to hit that Godhead. And that's why he could heal. And he could do all of this prior to being crucified. So he was only known as Jesus, but when he went on the cross, he was known as Christ. When he went to India and he was taught Kundalini yoga, he returned back to the Middle East to teach this to his people, to his tribe. Now, we all know that when Jesus Christ was born, 3 kings came from the east. The east isn't a country, it isn't a place. The east is India. Jesus Christ came from India. He was a reincarnation of Buddha. You see, in Hinduism and Buddhism, they're aware of this reincarnation process. And they were looking for their master, their bodhisattva, the enlightened one. He always comes back. Jesus keeps coming back in different manifestations. He keeps being reincarnated into different beings, but it's the same consciousness. And he keeps coming back to direct mankind to that higher vibrational level that we were originally on. Anyway, I'll go back to reading the last sayings of Christ. Number 5 was distress. And he says simply, "I thirst." And that is John chapter 19, verse 28. The 6th saying was triumph. It is finished. John 19, verse 30. Number 7 was reunion. "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." And that is Luke 23, verse 46. Now, if you want to see the connection between Christ's 7 last words and the 7 chakras, I mean, it's there. Christ spoke of the 7 candles in Revelations. In the book of Revelations, I should say. So I've done a lot of research in relation to this, and Isa isn't actually an Arabic word, it's a Tamil word, and it literally means the giver of new beings. Then it was translated back into Isa in Aramaic, and into Jeswa in Hebrew, and then Isa, Isa in Arabic, and then Jesus in English. Now, honestly, this man Jesus and the incarnations that he keeps coming back as is just, he's a phenomenal being. He's an ascended master, and he's just the best example for mankind to follow. And Bob Marley said it in one of his songs. "How long shall we kill our prophets while we stand aside and look?" You see, what happened to Bob Marley? They got rid of him. Now, anyways, with this chakra, these points of energies in your body, you can either ascend or descend. Now, the descension part is where mamon comes into it. Okay? All the earthly pleasures, chasing wealth and money and greed and being selfish and all this. The antichrist. You get me? It's anti-Christ consciousness. And the ascension is Christ, is God. That's why he referred to himself, "You see me, you see the Father." Because Jesus Christ was enlightened and he did reach the Godhead. And he was born that way. Jesus Christ was born that way because he was this reincarnated, enlightened, divine being. You see? And the Holy Spirit literally is the physical body plus the light body, which is your soul, plus the consciousness in union, in yoga. That's what yoga literally means, union. Now, all this stuff is just beautiful and fascinating. It's taken me to great heights. I mean, consciously and within myself, as a human being and as manifested consciousness in this vessel. You see, people that do reach this enlightened stage, or they're on that process, go through so much hardship, because once you do activate your third eye, your ajna, a lot of things happen that you can't explain. You have a lot of very strong intuition. You almost feel like a prophet, like you're prophesizing. You can just do remarkable things. And a lot of people go crazy because there's no one there to guide them through what they're experiencing and going through. And this is what I've been going through myself for the past, my whole life. And they keep you down. And this is what this target individual process is about. It strikes by them damaging your property, harassing you, stealing your property, just putting you down constantly. They attack your energy points. You know what I mean? And the first thing that they go for is your manipura, your solar plexus chakra, which is your identity. And if you look it up, the symbol for that, for the manipura, it literally looks like a man on the cross. So that was Christ, and that was Jesus. For him to rise up to the Godhead, he did have to be nailed to the cross, metaphorically speaking, and disconnect his consciousness from his physical body. And this is a very old practice. This goes back thousands and thousands of years. I mean, mankind has been on this planet for a very, very long time. Okay, if you want to understand the history of Lemuria and Atlantis, a lot of this will make sense. A lot of the people that were on that continent, Atlantis and Lemuria, when the water levels rose in the world, they spread out amongst the world, and they went to the highest points of the world on land masses, which would have been mountain tops and just very high places. And